So I'm Julian Faulkner of PBI Height Safety, head up the operations around these four walls. The Christchurch Justice Precinct project, quite an iconic building in Christchurch, and yeah, been involved quite intimately with it the last 8 odd years, from construction through to the project that we've just completed. So post the earthquakes, when the new blueprint of the city was undertaken, really presented an ideal opportunity for the key government departments that are particularly involved in emergency response to come together in one precinct or one facility. So the Christchurch Justice Precinct development is the largest multi-agency government project that's been undertaken. So it houses the New Zealand Police, it houses Fire and Emergency, Civil Defence, Corrections, and MOJ, Ministry of Justice, St John. In 2019, the MOJ came to us with a challenge that they had on their hands of being able to clean the internal atrium of the main Justice building. Obviously, by this stage, the building was now fully functional, and a lot of public movement day in, day out. So this presented a significant challenge to come up with a solution that was going to work, be fit for purpose, and meeting the operational requirements of the building day by day. The atrium presented its own significant challenges. You've got a massive open area, 4 stories high, with glass on one side, glass entrances north and south, and then you've got glass that goes up to the court rooms in one big open void or space. So the MOJ, they approached us on the back of a recommendation from window cleaning company that had the contract for the internal cleaning of the facility. When we got presented with the challenge from the client, PBIs were very well connected with international suppliers of our product range across the marketplace. So we went out to them with this challenge, and we ended up with the longest span available in the marketplace of an abseil system. One of the questions we often get asked is, why so many trolleys on an abseil system? Industrial abseil applications requires 2 ropes per user, one being the safety and one being the main. And each of those ropes need to be connected to an individual trolley. So here we've got 4 trolleys, so this rail is clearly rated for 2 users. So the benefit of working with PBI, we're very well connected with a great number of international manufacturers of fall protection and abseil products throughout the globe. So the significant challenge that this facility presented us with was, how are we going to connect to the structure with such great spans? Now, typically we've worked with systems that can span 500 mils, a metre, or sometimes up to 3 metres. This one we ended up with 5.5 metres span. So we found a solution a lot closer to home than we initially anticipated, in the form of Bomax L-Track system. Now they're based in Melbourne, and so a quick trip across there and a few hours sitting down presenting the challenge, and our man over there, Tate, was able to come up with a solution for us. So we ended up with the L-Track system. Now, we've used this system before in New Zealand, but we've never coupled it with the Strongback, and that then gave us the spans of around 5.5 metres to overcome our difficulty. The Strongback solution is a obviously 4-sided square aluminium extrusion, and that provides stiffness to our L-Track rail and that gives us our spans that we were required for this project. So it's been a really good learning curve for us, and we've put it forward on other projects since this. Due to the building being what it was or is, obviously all our works had to be outside of hours, so 6 o'clock every night everyone was going home to their dinner and we were coming into town, and that way we would continue through to 6 AM the next morning and then pack up and go home. So we had the atrium fully scaffolded out in a full birdcage scaffolding, thanks NZ Scaffolding Group, there's a plug, and thanks to the guys down at Canterbury Scaffolding, they were really great to deal with operationally. So we had to crane all the scaffold off the trucks into the main central courtyard and then wheel them across to an exclusion zone that we had set out. We started on site in May 2021, so this is now getting up around about 20 months since the client had first made their approach to us. We did it in a phased approach, so we completed the southern, what we called the southern atrium first, then we went to the main atrium, and then the north atrium. So that was, we kind of segmented that by the 2 bridges that were connecting the Litchfield and the Churn buildings. That way it just gave us a good clean stop-start for the scaffolding. That can come down and this can go up, or that can go up and then this can come down, and it really helped security. Obviously we couldn't have the MOJ's clients climbing around the scaffolding during the day, so we really had to manage that closely with the security team. So the install was actually worked on by a team of between PBI's own crew and also contractors. Some contractors could come in and do their night work, whereas other times to maintain operational deliveries during the day, we had to phase our team off. So it gave us a real good 2-pronged approach, and that way we could keep going on the project, you might say. On a personal note, it was a really good challenge, and one I really loved. The install itself took around about 6 months, and just maintaining that continuity, and yeah, it's really satisfying. To see what was quite a dirty, grimy, I'll say that respectfully, but it's just construction dust and everything that had built up. It's very difficult to clean a building at the end of a project without someone coming in once all the scaffold's gone. So previously they were trying to clean it with the scaffold up, do their job, and then the scaffolding gets removed, creates its own dust again. So to see some before and after shots of the state of the building, I think the property managers are actually quite rapt. So that does bring a sense of satisfaction to the job. Seeing the scaffolding finally removed was a pretty cool, satisfying step, and then to see it actually clean the other night, that was really cool. The whole building was glistening, and the property managers were walking around quite rapt with their efforts too. They put in a lot of effort, a lot of hours contributed by them too to ensure that everything ran smoothly. They were down there. They were the ones receiving the phone call at midnight when the lights were turning out. We were trying to make the call whether we head home to bed or do we carry on going. Yeah. Wife didn't mind though. Yeah, so it's a really good, very satisfying project to draw to a close. Yeah, there was some quite notable people that I'd like to thank. Chris Williamson of the Ministry of Justice. Without him on board, couldn't have been done. He was really passionate about it right from woe to go. And not to mention NZ Scaffolding Group and Canterbury Scaffolding, Mark of Canterbury Scaffolding. Chris, you know who you are, thank you very much. And Jeff Turner, our engineer, he came in at nights. CMT Group, they were the ones managing the building works. So we had to strip off the trusses of the building to expose the structural steel, fit our brackets, and then they would come back in and close up the aluminium panels that they had exposed. Ross, thank you very much.